I would like to say one quick thing. For those who don't know, today is Memorial Day in the United States. This is a national holiday here, but I know I have an international audience. Not everyone celebrates it, but I want to take a moment to just say, first of all, thank you to anyone out there who serves in the American. Wow. That's a pretty botched thing. Let's try that again. Thanks to everyone out there who serves in the American military. I very much appreciate your service and the sacrifice that you give to keep this country safe and to give us the freedoms that we have. Today on Memorial Day, we take a moment to remember those who gave the ultimate sacrifice, those who didn't come back from their deployments, and to say, thank you so very much. We're never going to forget you. And it is an honor and a privilege to be able to live in the country that you defended and gave your life for. Thank you for that, okay? If you know anyone today who's in the armed forces, reach out to them and just say thanks. They're going to appreciate it. Trust me, okay? Okay. Today, traditionally, a lot of people do cookouts and do, holiday get-togethers with their family members, all right? Sadly, for a lot of people in America, today is a day of shopping and drinking. Don't ask me how going out and shopping honors the troops, and don't ask me how getting so inebriated that you're drunk driving and acting like an idiot honors those who serve. It doesn't. But sadly, in America, we tend to turn everything into some kind of a commercialized holiday for yourself rather than for the actual intended purpose, okay? So I just wanted to say that before we get to an open Q&A and stuff like that. Please, today, say thank you to anyone who you know who has served. And this is sincerely from me to anyone out there who watches me or my content who has served in the armed forces. I salute you and thank you so very much for what you have done for us. Okay. Oh, I have no idea. If I had to serve in a military branch, which one would I pick? I don't know. Everyone has something that's extra, like specialized, but also pretty difficult. I could swim, but I'm not a good swimmer. So should I be in the Navy? Right? I'll say this. I probably wouldn't be in the Air Force because I have an abnormal fear of heights, just irrational fear of heights. It doesn't make sense. I just have a fear of heights. So I probably couldn't do that. You can be in the Air Force and not be in the air. I mean, that's true, but what's the point? Why join the Air Force if the goal is not to be in the air? Isn't that what you want to do? The recruitment story is stupid because here's the thing. I've told a story of how when I was in high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And I went to a recruitment office and there was a very cocky recruiter. And he was so cocky that it actually turned me off.
Dude, did you look in the fucking mirror, you stupid muppet?
From considering enlisting. I was seriously considering it at one point, and then the guy was such a dick that I was just like, I don't want to do it, and I didn't. But I don't want to sit here and tell that story on Memorial Day and be like, oh, that's representative of all who serve. It's not at all. But it just goes to show if you have the wrong person in a position like that it could actually change a lot and hinder a lot. And I wonder how many people that guy turned off from recruiting just because he was a cocky dick, I mean, think of it this way. If it weren't for that cocky recruiter, I might have enlisted. I might have engaged in an entire lifetime of military service, in which case I never would have been in competitive Street Fighter. I never would have ever stepped foot on. I probably never would have watched The Angry Video Game Nerd or The Nostalgia Critic. I never would have thought to do a YouTube video. I never would have been engaged in any of this stuff. I would have just been a military guy for my whole life. What a different life that would have been. What an idiot. Someone in chat just says, oh, you wouldn't have been good for the military because you struggle with confrontation. Yes, because the entire time that I was a competitive Street Fighter player, and at every single moment I was in a confrontation with opponents, and I was beating them and winning tournaments, and I was performing on a stage in front of thousands of people, and I'm here every single day with a public face. Oh, yeah, I'm really bad at confrontation. You fucking mouth drooler. You stupid dunce. Why do you listen to morons? Yeah, I'm really bad with it. I just can't handle the pressure. You're right. I just crack. Constantly cracking. You got it. Oh, really? Battle Duck says, my parents always put enlistment forth as a punishment, saying if you don't go to school, you have to go to the Army. Now, looking back at it, I'm thinking maybe it was a missed opportunity. You got to understand that's a huge sacrifice, right? You're giving up your personal freedoms and you're risking it all. You have no idea what's going to happen in the world when you enlist. And at any moment, you could end up being deployed into a freaking war zone. And, that's what you're signing up for. That's insane levels of commitment, courage, strength, fortitude, things a lot of people don't have. Wishy-washy, jello people who can't even fucking take someone spelling their name wrong on their coffee cup at Starbucks. Or, God forbid, someone say something to you on the internet and you get all, oh, I got internet bullied. Right? Unbelievable how some people are. So you have to understand that the people who enlist have a level of strength that is very different from the common person. Oh, no. No vacation coming anytime soon, RBG overload, which is probably an intrusive question anyway, because if we were going to go on a vacation, we probably wouldn't tell you anyway. But no, we don't have anything planned right now. Right now, to be honest, the next couple of months for gaming are quite busy. All right. And, we don't, right now, I'm in a position where if things keep going the way they're going right now, and I'm able to have things move forward positively the way that they're going, then I can save up some money. And once I have some money actually saved, then maybe I can say, hey, let's start planning something. But right now, I don't want to just blow all the money that I have immediately. That'd be pretty dumb, So no, I'm not playing anything right now. For Microsoft Flight Simulator. What a fun time it's been playing this game, guys. Really. I never thought something like this with geography and tourism would be as fun as it's been, especially because personally I'm terrible at geography and I haven't done a lot of tourism because I don't have money to really do it. I never had money to do it, and quite frankly, to be very honest with all of you guys, with the way my life's going, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to. A lot of people ask me, oh, Phil, would you like to go to Europe? Would you like to go to Japan? Would you like to go to these places with your wife? I'm like, yeah, I'd like to, but I don't think I'm ever going to be able to. I'm just being real. I'm not trying to be a downer or nothing, even though it's kind of sad to think about it. I think I'm pretty much going to be here forever with the way things are going. So it is what it is. I really enjoyed going all around the world with you guys over the last couple of months and experiencing, these things firsthand because, most of us probably never will, right? Most of us will never have that opportunity to be at these places and see these things. Here's Sugarloaf Mountain, which I'm assuming is just a... See, here we go. Just ban the city. I knew it. Intrusive moron. Fuck off. Stop asking personal questions, you dick.
All right, here we go. Kurosawa Kid did 100-bit cheers. So what's the most expensive thing you still have in your house? The most expensive thing I still have in your house is this band that I'm giving you right now because you directly violated what I just said a million times, because it's priceless when I get to ban a piece of human shit who's trying to fuck with me. So fuck off and don't come back.
You would love to see me kicking ass at EVO. In what? They don't have games at EVO I play. I don't like Street Fighter 6 anymore, so I don't play it. I don't play Tekken anymore. They have all modern fighters. I don't play any of that shit. I don't know what you think I would be playing at EVO. Would I ever go to a convention again? Asked Stuart. Well, Stuart, let me ask you this question. Let me answer your question with a question. What would I do at a convention? I'm curious. Well, in what capacity? Are you saying, would I go to a convention as an attendee and enjoy the convention as an attendee? Would I cover the convention as a YouTuber? Or are you saying go to a convention and I'm part of the convention? In what capacity are you talking about? I don't really understand the question. Do a panel. On what planet do you think a convention would give me a panel? I am a small rinky-dink YouTuber.
Wow. Oh my God, he cried. Wow. What a baby.
Who gets 500,000 views a month on YouTube, if I'm lucky. Okay. I'm infamous where everyone on the internet hates me for things that literally haven't happened. Okay. What convention would give me a panel? For the record, back when I was actually a big YouTuber, when I was getting millions upon millions of views a month, all right, even then, I wasn't guaranteed to get a slot at a convention. If you remember, one year I was at MagFest and I did really well, and the next year they denied me a panel. And I had to basically yell at them and be like, that's fucking disrespectful. Last year I came to your convention, we had tons of people showing up. People were having a great time. And now you're telling me you won't even give me the same thing a second year when I've actually grown? Oh no, we were giving it to Game Grumps. That's the truth. They gave it to Game Grumps. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to understand, I'm not some big YouTuber who's popular and seen in a positive light anymore. No convention is going to give Darkside Phil a panel. Nor would I even know what I would do at said panel. Like, I don't even know. Things are a lot different today than they were back then, that's for sure. Would I consider doing a meet and greet? What's the difference between doing a meet and greet and what we're doing right now? Any day you could just come to my stream and talk to me. Why do you need to meet me in person?
Oh, so annoying.
Quite honestly, it's an honest question. What's the difference? I don't think there is one. You can easily come to my stream and just talk to me on any given stream. I'm not a hard guy to reach. So why would you want to go to a convention? See, again, that's what I don't understand. Little Alex Horn says, meeting in person is more meaningful for a fan. It is. Again, for me, it's not. Like I told you guys, I'm not the kind of guy that I idolize someone to the point where I need to meet them in person, right? Like, for example, Stan Lee. I absolutely respected the living crap out of Stan Lee. I love Marvel Comics. I love the stuff that he did for the comic book industry and for pop culture in general. I think he was a great guy. His cameo appearances were always funny. His interviews that were funny. Everything was good. Stan Lee was at a convention, a Comic-Con that I was at, and there was a giant line to meet him, and I said, I'm not going to wait in that line. I don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
I mean, what would I even going to say? Hi, Stan. Good to meet you. Shake his hand. Okay, big deal. What's the point? We could probably have a more meaningful conversation right now on this stream than we could have if we met in real life.
Sure. What the fuck?
You understand that, right? Because if I'm at a convention and there's a line of people to meet me, you're going to walk up, say hello, shake my hand, take a picture, get an autograph, you're out of here. Here, we can actually talk and have a conversation back and forth. There's no real time constraint or problem here, right? I think it's easier to do it this way. You might say, well, you get an autograph. What's the point of an autograph? What does that do? What does that symbolize? What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. Anyone could just scribble their name on a piece of paper. It doesn't mean anything. I would think that right now, if you asked me a question and I gave you 5 minutes of my time to answer your question, that would be more meaningful than you waiting in line for 2 hours at a convention to meet me, shake my hand, take a picture, and get an autograph, and then you're out of there. Don't you think? So that's what I don't understand about the whole fan thing, the whole idol thing, the whole convention thing. I just never understood it. I really didn't.